Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope you all are fine. Today, we are going to see a new chapter from our grammar textbook. Previously, we have seen parts of speech. Why we have learned part of speech? Because parts of speech is the base of our grammar. And if we will learn parts of speech, what will happen? We will be able to understand the concepts of noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjectives, and this will help us to know the sentence very well and how to write a sentence, how to speak properly. It will help us in this way. That's why we have learnt parts of speech. Now let's move towards our new topic. And name of that topic is parts of predicate. So first, we will see what is meant by sentence. Why we have to take information about sentence first? Because if we will learn about sentence, a group of words which makes complete sense. If we will learn about sentence, it will help us to understand what is meant by sentence and what are the two basic elements of a sentence or parts of sentence. So, a group of words which makes complete sense is called sentence. Or a sentence is a group of words that express a complete thought. For example, Tom is going to play. She is sad. These two are examples of sentence which makes a complete sense or express a complete thought. Now see parts of sentence. There are two basic parts of a sentence. First is subject, second is predicate. As we have seen, two elements or basic elements of every sentence are subject and predicate. Means sentence is divided into two parts, subject and predicate. So let's see this in detail properly. Let's read the sentence first. Mary plays tennis. Means in this sentence, Mary is a subject, which is a girl, which is a noun also. Plays tennis means here verb is given plus object. So this is a predicate which have combination of verb plus object. Means predicate always comes with verb, and with that verb object or complement or comment is there. So subject is the person or thing about which something is being stated. Means some information is given about the subject in a sentence. For example, Tom is going to school. John went home. She is beautiful. In these three sentences, what is given here is bold letters indicate subject. Tom, John, she. These are the subject and some information is given about them. Next is predicate. Predicate is the part of a sentence that tells something about the subject. As we have seen in the first example, the predicate always includes a verb. For example, Spain is in Europe. What you see in this sentence? That this sentence carries subject, which is Spain, and is in Europe is this bold font words are predicate. Is a verb. In Europe is the object, and indirect and direct objects are there. So this is the predicate. Goat and cows can't fly. So here verb, supportive and main verb is given. And goat and cows are subjects. So this part is predicate. He is a good boy. Now the information about him is given here. And in with help of verb plus comment or complement we can say. He is a verb and good boy. So it's a combination of verb plus complement which states something good about him. Next is predicate. We will see the meaning of the predicate in detail. So the predicate follows the subject, means always the predicate comes after subject. It starts with a verb indicating action and state of being and tells what subject is or does. Means it gives information about subject and it comes after subject. So both things are important, subject and predicate in a sentence. And both are interrelated or related to each other. Now let's see definition of predicate. The part of a sentence or clause containing a verb and stating something about the subject, as we have seen this in previous slide. Let's see some examples of it. The baby is sleeping. So here why red color is given to these two words? Because the red color words indicate predicate and which is a combination of verb plus supportive verb and plus here action word is given. Means some state of that baby is given here that she is sleeping. She is sleeping. So next is Tina laughed. Tina laughed in this sentence. Here, what Tina is exactly doing is commented here through this word. So this is predicate and this is subject. Here also, this is the baby is subject. Next important thing is every predicate have at least one verb. It changes with singular or plural noun. Means as per the subject, the verb changes and predicate also changes. Now what is the formula? Subject plus predicate. So this is the main formula of predicate, verb plus object or complement or comment. So this is the formula of a full sentence we can say. Now let's see some examples. Here this sentence is divided into two parts. First is black letter words and red letter words. Black letter words are indication of subject. These are the subjects. And these red letter words are predicate. Let's see one by one. The sun was shining brightly. So in this sentence, the sun is the subject and was shining brightly is the predicate which is stating the condition or stating the comment about sun. the dogs were barking loudly. In this sentence also what dogs are doing is stated here with help of verb and complement or comment we can say. The pretty girl was wearing a blue frock. Here is the combination of verb plus object. And sometimes it can be adjectives also can come in the sentence. The pretty girl. We have seen what is meant by adjective in parts of speech. So next sentence is my younger brother serves in the army. This is the information given about his younger brother. Like he serves in the army means it's a combination of verb and object. The man and his wife were working in their garden. So here this second part of the sentence is predicate which tells something about subject. What is the subject here? Two subjects are there. The man and his wife. That's why the verb is also changed here. My mother and my aunt are trained classical dancers. So this is the complement to the mother and aunt. Now let's see parts of predicate in detail. First type is predicate may contain an object. Means there can be an object in the predicate. So what is the formula of predicate containing an object here? Predicate is equal to verb plus object. Means in the following sentence, the school gave me a certificate is a combination of verb gave plus object. Here me is a indirect object and certificate is a direct object. So here why it is given like direct and indirect object? Because we can clearly see what information is given about the subject here, means the school here, and to whom it is not that much important, but what school has given is important here. That's why it is direct and indirect object. So next is Miss Lata teaches us science. So here teaches us science is the predicate and Miss Lata is the subject in this sentence. So us is an indirect object and science is the direct object here. Now next, predicate may contain a complement. This is the another type or we can say another form of predicate. So what is given here? A complement is usually a noun or an adjective. Means in a complement there can be a combination of verb plus noun or adjective. It comes after verbs such as is, am, are, was, were, have, has, had, seem, appear, become, look, etc. So we can say it expresses the quality or state or the identity of the subject or the object. Let me explain this to you. They are dancers. So what is given here in this sentence? Dancers is a complement. So to whom? To them means some people, they are dancers. So it states or expresses the quality of the subject and it's a complement. The news made her sad. So in this above sentence, it's a complement of the object. Who is sad here? Her. Means that girl we can say. And what made her sad? The news. So the subject is the news and object is her. And sad is a complement here. So what is the formula for predicate which contain complement, verb plus complement? Next is predicate may contain an adverb. Adverbs or adverb phrases generally appear at the end of a sentence after the verb. This is very important point, students. Listen very carefully. Adverbs or adverb phrases generally appear at the end of a sentence after the verb, object or complements. Complement means in a sentence if you want to recognize predicate which contains adverb, you have to check the last part of the sentence. For example, he brought the shirt yesterday. So here this red color word is adverb, yesterday. And this adverb states the action of the person. And when he did that, so yesterday. It gives information about that. Next is he is punctual. Here is a verb and punctual is an adverb. So what is the formula? Verb plus adverb is the formula here of predicate. In this above sentence also, he brought the shirt yesterday. In the shirt, brought the shirt yesterday is the predicate. Now let's see formula in detail. Subject and predicate, two parts of sentences. And predicate may combination of verb plus complement or object or an adverb. It can be more than two parts also, two things also. But verb is common and subject. These two things compulsory comes in a sentence and with combination of these three, which makes a complete sense. So we will read the first sentence. Mr. Banerjee cooks well. So cooks is a verb and well is the adverb. How he cooks? Well. So it's a quality of Mr. Banerjee. The principal welcomed the guests politely. So here in this sentence, welcome is a verb, the guests are object, and politely is the adverb. It's the quality of the principal. So adverbs state the quality. We were absent yesterday. So here information about subject is given. Now I have given here exercise. I have solved these sentences in a form of table. Pick out the verbs, objects, complements and adverbs from these sentences and put them in the correct column. You can also see these type of questions in the grammar textbook. And some other exercise also there. You can try that. So what is the first sentence? The children are watching TV now. So if you want to segregate or if you want to divide the sentence into two parts, the subject and the predicate, what will be the answer? The children is here. This is subject. And are watching TV now is the predicate. How it is divided? Are watching is a verb. Then TV is the object and now is the adverb. Next is the bell is very expensive. So here is a verb and expensive is a complement. So next is she brought flowers last night. So you can see this, the words divided into three columns: brought in verb, flowers object, and last night adverb. The roses are beautiful. So are verb, roses object, beautiful is a complement. So it can be combination of verb, object and complement, or verb, object and adverb also. These blank spaces means there is no need of another thing like complement, object or adverb here in the sentence. Next is she became a teacher at a young age. So in this sentence we can say that became is a verb, a teacher is the object here, and at a young age is the adverb. Next is she is a lawyer. So is a verb, lawyer is object. So in this way this sentence is divided into subject and predicate. Next is I brought a storybook yesterday. So brought is a verb, storybook is an object, and yesterday is the adverb. So you can note down these sentences if you want to practice like this. Or you can practice from your grammar textbook also. Some another examples are given there and same table formatting is given there. Now next I have given here some examples. If you will solve these examples, you will be able to understand the predicate. Here I have given identify the predicate, not which predicate you have to understand or divide it to that. So only identify the predicate in the following sentences. Means these 10 sentences are given to break the sentence into two parts, the subject and predicate. We have seen these examples in previous table up to sixth sentence. Like the sun was shining brightly, the dogs were barking loudly, the pretty girl was wearing a blue frock, my younger brother serves in the army, the man and his wife were working in their garden, my mother and my aunt are trained classical singers. These are the sentences we have seen previous slide where I have divided the sentence into two parts. For example, the sun is the subject, was shining brightly was given in red color. You can see the previous slide also. So, what are the next sentences given here? You don't have to wait for me. So here, indirect object and direct objects are given here with the adverb. And here you can say you is the subject here. We will no longer tolerate this. The little trees was covered with needles instead of leaves. It can be a combination of mixed, means predicate, like we can say verb plus objects. More than one object also we can see. And the rich merchant was passing by the shoemaker's window. So these three or four sentences we can see having subject plus predicate with more than one object, and sometimes it can be complement, or sometimes it can be adverb also added in that. So students, I hope that you understood the concept of parts of predicate, and we will see next chapter in next session. Till that, you are going to solve exercises from your textbook also, and I will try to send you some PDF copies of exercises, and you can revise this lesson from your textbook if you want, grammar textbook, or you can see this session slides again if you want, because we have given time to watch these videos from morning 8:15 a.m. to till evening 8 p.m. So thank you very much students.